Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of About Nothing But Sports. I'm your host, Ashley Baker. And yes, I know I took like 2-3 weeks off, but I'm back. It was like 2 weeks. It wasn't that long. It was literally like 2 weeks, but I'm back with the fire guest lineup for this season. Y'all know that is what I have dubbed this season because every guest I bring on is a fire guest. And this week, as I say every week, it's no different because all my guests are they like that. Listen, this is my guy, man, my co-host of Sports After Dark, which is exclusively found on Twitter. The Twitter space is big thing. If you're not on Twitter, listen, you need to get on Twitter. You really need to get on Twitter. Twitter has a movement with these Twitter spaces things. It's something, if you're not familiar, something similar to Clubhouse, but there's just much more that you can do with the Twitter spaces. And I started, you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I started Sports After Dark some months ago. And this guy here has been by my side virtually since day one. Dave B. He don't want me to give him his real name, y'all. His legal name, aka Young Heavy. Listen, 1/3 of the big three in the Sports After Dark crew. Mr. Heavy, what's up? How are you? What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. Shout out to you for giving me an opportunity. I was new into this sports media thing, and then I came across an intelligent, fire passionate woman of sports as yourself, and you gave me a chance, and I'm glad on what we created as a unit.
Oh, don't make me blush. Don't make me blush. No, I appreciate you, man. You know what you and Mark mean to me, and what y'all mean to the Sports After Dark platform. We all bring our own set of skills and our own personality and our own oomph, which literally makes us what they call us. I think you dubbed us the big three, and everybody just kind of ran with that. So, yeah, man, welcome to the show. This is the first of many times. I'm definitely gonna have you on again and again and again. Mark has already been on like twice. Mark been on About Nothing But Sports like twice. So yeah, we got. I know, right? Look, I'm gonna recycle some guests. If it's one thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna recycle some guests. But y'all fire guests, so it don't really matter. So listen, as I mentioned to y'all, he's on our Sports After Dark crew. He does the 3 shows with us, the Sunday, Monday, and Thursday shows following each game of the season: Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night football. Then he does the college segment of Sports After Dark with Mark and Chris Lewis, CeeLou. And then you also do the fantasy portion of Sports After Dark. So he's everywhere. Listen, whenever Sports After Dark is running, you're always gonna find Young Heavy. So make sure, and I'll have you plug like your social medias and stuff later on, but just make sure that y'all tap in to Young Heavy, man, because the man is the hardest working man in Twitter. And he better be, because he is a 49ers fan. I wish I had a buzzer. I wish I had the buzzer that we have in Sports After Dark to like you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a 49ers fan. Y'all already know how I felt when they booted Dallas out of the playoffs last year.
I mean, y'all was on our way. We had to do what we had to do.
Listen, obviously he's here. He's going to talk heavy 49ers football. And I know the faithful will absolutely love it. But I do want to start here. I mean, we're relatively close. You, Mark, and I, know quite a bit about each other. So I know this story about you already. But obviously, I want the listeners and the viewers to hear how you came to love. He not only loves football, y'all. He loves basketball as well. He's a big NBA guy. He's a Lakers fan. He's with the wrong LA team, too. Like, at this point, like, you might as well just be a Clippers fan because they coming. Paul George is coming. Respectfully, you might as well just hop on the Clippers train. But
the Clippers could be the last team on earth I would never be a fan of the Clippers.
Is it because it's an LA thing?
Yeah, it's just that we just don't do that. We could never do that. Like, it's just that's like you as a Cowboys fan becoming an Eagles fan.
But that's not the same thing though, because y'all are literally like in the same city. Like, so when y'all have the best of both worlds, if one team don't make it, you can root for the other. It's not really jumping ship.
Nope.
Nah, that's not it. Cool. Mm-hmm. Whatever. All right, so man, tell the people how you became a Lakers fan. Tell the people how you became a 49ers fan, being from the Philly area. Talk to us. What's up?
Well, of course I get a lot of slander for being from Philadelphia, and they be like, how you like California teams? I'm like, listen, it just went that way. Lakers fan. I'm a huge fan of Kobe Bryant. So him being from close to the Philadelphia area in Lower Marion. Like I gravitated to him, so I just followed him throughout his whole career, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna rock with the Lakers. So I've been a diehard Kobe fan. He was the main reason why I became a Lakers fan, and I'm still a Lakers fan to this day. We got a lot of crazy stuff going on because you got LeBron over there. However, but it's purple and gold till I die. Now the 49ers is pretty interesting because like half of my family is 49ers fans. The other half is Cowboys fans. Got a little small
Oh.
percentage of Steelers and Eagles fans in there. But
So how is it like
my
at
favorite colors,
holidays?
holidays is
Like or like
crazy.
game days? Like what? I didn't
Oh,
know that.
everybody
Like
got their gear on. Everybody. Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys, 49ers, everybody got their gear on. It gets crazy, especially because I grew up in an era where the Cowboys and 49ers didn't like each other. So
correct.
our family be having a little get a little ugly on Sundays when the 49ers play the Cowboys. But
So
when I
what?
became a huh?
Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
When I became a 49ers fan, it was for one of my favorite colors, red. So it was like, I was a kid, always played football, and when I was on the block, my family and friends used to call me Dion on the block. I was a little nice as a corner as a kid. So they used to always call me Deion Sanders. So the year Dion came to the 49ers, it was like, oh, okay, cool. My favorite player is there. My favorite color is red. I'm gonna become a 49ers fan. And all my other half of my other family is 49ers fans. So I've been rooted into this since I was a kid, and the history sets there.
And I know you said that you've been rooted in this since you was a kid. You just said that. And so talk to us a little bit about your coaching background because I know that you've done some youth coaching as well. So kind of what was your role there helping out the youth in your Philadelphia area?
Okay. Yeah. So I used to coach Little League football for 7 years. I actually coached the offensive side of the ball. I helped call the plays. Like that's where I was with because I was playing for the same team that I played for as a kid. So my coach brought me back to become a coach. To try to give back to the kids in our city because the youth in our city needs it. So I got to coach for 7 years, and it was a great time. And a lot of people don't know you can learn a lot about the game of football, even though it's Pop Warner. You can still learn a lot about the game, and that actually helped me throughout my life learning the game of football because I've always loved the game of football, but the coaching aspect I really didn't know much about. So even though it was Pop Warner, I got to learn about the techniques on how offensive linemen block and how running backs are supposed to learn what holes and how a quarterback is supposed to rotate his hips when he's throwing certain passes, stuff like that. So it was definitely a great time for me. It was a very good time for me.
Is there one particular memory that you have like maybe like a kid broke a tackle or ran like a punt? Like, do they do punts and like Pop Warner, like punt back or like?
One particular game is when we was playing the Florida Gators. They were undefeated at the time. We both were undefeated. We couldn't stand them at the time. And it was a tie game. It was 12-12, and it was a kickoff return to the
Oh,
touchdown for
nice.
us to win the game. And if y'all don't know, I'm one of the most passionate people ever. So I was in the middle of the field talking crazy, jumping up
Wait,
and
that was to
down.
win the game?
Yeah, that was to win the game.
Oh.
Yes, I lost my voice that day. You couldn't tell me nothing that day. You would have thought I was playing out there. That's how crazy it got. I'm a very passionate person.
That's cool. That's cool. That's pretty dope to hear. I've always wanted to get my son into like football, but he is he like looking at planets and cars and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I ain't gonna force you into the football.
Hey,
But
he
I
might be
love
the
that.
next
I've gone
scientist.
to football, like youth football games before, and I'm that auntie. You know what I'm saying? I'm that auntie. I'm that mom. I'm loud. I'm yelling at the referees. I'm doing all that. I probably would have been like you that same day, losing my voice for sure.
Oh, you be out there, ref, ref.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. For sure. Football, basketball. I'm yelling. I'm pissed at the refs. I'm all that. Yeah, for real. No, it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not just exclusive to like pro sports in any capacity. So you talked about you lost your voice.
Oh, brother.
Listen, y'all know, he know where I'm going. The man knows me very well. Okay, I'm his co-host. I'm on shows with him 3-4 times a week, so he already know where I'm going.
I
I
do.
said I said that we were going to talk 49er football. And now that we've gotten that, as far as the audience getting to know you and who you are and your background, we are going to talk 49ers football. Y'all are sitting at 3-1.
3-2.
3-2. My bad. Y'all are sitting at 3-2 on the season this year.
I think you're doing that because y'all at 4-1, so you got you brushing your shoulders off right now, just a little bit.
Hey, look, with a backup quarterback, might add, but nonetheless, y'all are sitting at 3-2 with technically y'all's backup quarterback as well. It has been an up and down roller coaster for the 49ers since the day y'all got booted out by the Rams, respectfully, from the offseason, not knowing if Debo was going to resign, trying to, you know what I'm saying, find suitors for Jimmy G, Trey Lance coming in. Just talk to me about your experience as far as, or what you saw from your tail end of things from the offseason to mini camp to training camp to now with y'all sitting at 3-2, arguably the best defense. I'll not use the word arguably, with the best defense in the. That's hard for me to say because Dallas is balling. For y'all that don't know, Dallas is balling defensively, but they're not as good as like splitting hairs, but they're not as good as the 49ers. The 49ers defense is balling, man. And so let's talk about that because y'all expected to come in with Trey Lance. Things have transpired. Let's talk about that. What have you been seeing from your eye view of things?
You are correct. It has been a roller coaster ride, and like you mentioned, the Twitter Spaces, our 49ers fan base has been on a whirlwind this whole offseason.
Y'all are emotional. They are emotional beings.
Very emotional.
49, the faithful are an emotional set of beings. I don't know if it's emotion or like loyalty or like.
I think it's a little bit of both because we're used to being good. We're used to being we're a dynasty franchise. We got 5 Super Bowls just like y'all. So y'all hold your team to a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? So like we're thirsty for that 6th ring. We need it. You know what I mean? Like we tired of the jokes. Oh yeah, everyone wants since the VHS days. So we on edge right now. We trying to get back there. And it's like you go from Debo doing what he was doing, but I kind of was pretty confident with Debo coming back because that's just how organization rolls when we come to re-signing players. You got to do your part with the agent and the organization, but at the end of the day, when certain players you can't let them walk out the door. So like I wasn't nervous with that. The Jimmy G situation, I can admit I was wrong about that. I thought he was going to be gone. You trade 3 first rounds for a quarterback, which a lot of people felt like he should have played last year, me included. But, I trusted the process with Kyle saying, we just going to let him sit the year, let him redshirt. And, he's going to be our starter next year. Offseason comes around, Jimmy's still here. We all like as a fan base, why is Jimmy still here? Why is he not gone yet? Season comes around, Trey Lance gets hurt. So now me as a fan, I'm like, okay, when we first decided to keep Jimmy, in the back of my mind, and I said on one of our Twitter Spaces, I said, well, push comes to shove. If Trey Lance gets hurt, we can always go back to Jimmy. Do I feel like we can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy? No. However, we can compete with Jimmy. We can compete for a Super Bowl with Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy, he has to play flawless for us to win anything. So I feel like right now, we're finding our identity. Our identity right now, run the football, play great defense, not self-inflicted wounds. We got 2 bad losses on our schedule: the Bears, the Broncos. We should be 5-0 right now, but we 3-2. We 3-2, and I'll take it. I can't be mad at it.
So you don't see like a Jimmy G revenge season loading here, like a prove 'em wrong season, like seriously. This is why we love the NFL, right? You literally cannot make this up. Your fan base was hell-bent on getting Jimmy G out of the door. Y'all were hell-bent on Trey Lance being the guy in the future, and he still is that guy for y'all. I mean, I don't know if Jimmy G mess around and go out here and win y'all a Super Bowl, we're gonna have to have a different conversation. But y'all were hell-bent on him being the future, Jimmy being the past, and you literally cannot make this up. Him being resigned, y'all were pissed about that. Some of y'all, like you just mentioned, not necessarily you, but a lot of you guys were upset about that. And here comes the injury to Trey Lance. I mean, literally sidelining him for the year. You cannot make this up. So I'm wondering now that Jimmy saw the faithful on social. Jimmy heard the noise. Jimmy heard the chirping. I'm wondering if this is a possible like revenge season for Jimmy a little bit. Do you think that it could be?
You know, if it is and it ends up with a Super Bowl, I
You
would have
ain't even gonna
nothing
be
to say
mad.
about it. I ain't even gonna be mad. I'm gonna say, you know what, Jimmy? Me as a fan, you gonna make me eat my words too, bro. So like, if it ends up you being like, you know what, I'm gonna prove him wrong because I'm sure he did see all the slander that he got. So, and if it ends up with a Super Bowl, I can't be mad at it. It's a win-win situation. Now, the part you just mentioned, I am nervous if we do win the Super Bowl, and they say, you know what, he just won us a Super Bowl. We might need to keep him. I'm nervous about that. I ain't even
So,
gonna lie to you.
but what would that mean in numbers wise, or how would that what would that mean for Trey Lance? Does he get traded? Do y'all try to get back what y'all spent on him? Like how does that work with Trey? We're hypothetically talking here, people. I'm talking to one of the faces of the 49ers brand easily, especially on Twitter, Dave, aka Young Heavy. And again, thank y'all for listening to About Nothing But Sports. But what would that mean for Trey Lance?
I mean, if Jimmy wins us a Super Bowl, I feel like they may consider probably giving Jimmy like a 2-year extension because he just won us a Super Bowl, you know, and then still keeping Trey Lance around,
To
or
be behind Jimmy.
to be behind Jimmy, or you might try to recuperate some of those draft picks and trade Trey. Now, a lot of the fan base, some people will still be upset because they're gonna be like, you gave up 3 first-round picks to get this kid, and Jimmy was able to win us a Super Bowl, so you got to recoup some of those picks. Because I feel like if he win us one, I feel like John and Kyle may be content to keep Jimmy because it's like he done got the job done now. So I feel like hypothetically speaking, I think they would lean towards giving Jimmy an extension and trying to trade Trey.
Now, the reason why that this is a topic, guys, is because the NFC is weak. Okay, that conference itself doesn't have a whole lot going on. We see what the Rams are. I mean, who knows if they're even going to make the playoffs at this point? You have the Eagles, fine, they're 5-0. You have the 49ers. I guess you could throw Dallas in there. Why the heck not? You have the Bucks. Maybe you throw Green Bay in there. I mean, these are teams that, so the 49ers very well, they've done it before. They could probably do it again. And they literally have, I mean, I've heard you say on numerous occasions, probably the best defense that y'all have had in some time. And we know that defense wins championships. So that's why we're even entertaining this Super Bowl possibility with Jimmy G, because it could actually really happen. And especially with the defense that y'all have. I'll admit, I don't like to admit. I'll admit. Y'all right? Is that bad? Like, I mean,
it's okay. I know
it's not Dallas, I don't like it.
If
it's not Dallas, I don't like it. I don't care for it. If it's not Dallas. But y'all know me by now. But
I can respect that.
Yeah, like it's a strong possibility that y'all can come out of the NFC. Seriously, especially with the championship caliber defense that y'all have. Is the type of defense that y'all have, is it sustainable throughout the rest of the season? And talk to me about the things that you are seeing on the defensive side that you are absolutely in love with when it comes to your team.
I feel like it could be sustainable if we stay healthy. Like right now we down 2-3 starters on defense, and Nick Bosa got the little tight groin, but I feel like
the Falcons, y'all see the Falcons this week.
Yeah, so like I'm fine. Like
okay.
That. Yeah, so he'll be all right for that game. We'll need them back all against the Chiefs because I feel like that'll be the test for our season to know if this is really a Super Bowl caliber defense. Because you're going against Patrick Mahomes and them. The thing I can say I love the most about our defense is our secondary. We've never had a shutdown corner since Deion Sanders.
Who's the corners in the secondary?
Travarius Ward and Emmanuel Mosley just tore his ACL, but we just got Jason Verrett back, and Jason Verrett was great for us in 2020, but he got hurt last year. So It's like if he's 100%, we won't even skip a beat, So it's finally to say, dag, we never had no shutdown corners in 2019. We didn't have shutdown corners. Richard Sherman wasn't in his prime. However, the scheme that we played in, it was perfect to his strengths. Even in 2011, when we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Ravens, we didn't have a shutdown corner. We just had a great front seven. So this is the first time I can honestly say, dag, we got an elite pass rush, and we also got an elite secondary. So that's the most thing I'm excited about.
So I know you said earlier y'all don't think that y'all could win a championship with Jimmy G, but currently constructed, if your team keep balling, especially on the defensive side, and let's just say Jimmy gets better, do you believe that y'all have a chance at beating out maybe a more improved Rams by the end of the year, beating out who knows what Philly is going to be at? I expect Tampa and Tom to get better because he's that good. I don't know what the future looks like for like the Packers. I don't know what the
Packers
future
look
will look
good.
like for I don't know what the future will look like for like the Cardinals. The Vikings may have some stuff to say. I wouldn't mind y'all running back into Dallas in the playoffs. Just for
I
us
mean,
to
Jerry said he wants to see us.
boy, just for us to get that run it back right quick and like get that that would be awesome. But I'll throw Dallas in there as well. You believe currently constructed that team can go up against any of the teams that I just named, and then furthermore compete against the Chiefs or the Bills, or let's say the Chargers get there, or the Ravens get there, or the Bengals. Do you have the confidence in currently constructed the way the team is?
I'll say if Jimmy cannot be in his own way, he could just do as much, win on third down, make the plays, the open reads that you're supposed to take. Don't take unnecessary sacks and throw unnecessary interceptions because we know Jimmy is good for it. A pick, you know what's coming. Everybody knows that. And I feel like if he does that, also feel like Kyle Shanahan plays a part too. I mean, us as a fan base, we give Jimmy a lot of flack, but you got to give Kyle some flack too, because Kyle has a time where he don't know how to put his foot on a team neck. He gets conservative. So I feel like it has to be
You feel
all
like he
three.
tight, like tense up a little
Yeah,
bit?
he get tense up, and it's like, Kyle, you got to know how to put your foot on the neck. You can't sit there. It's just because we got a 10-point lead don't mean it's safe. You know what I'm saying? We've been in situations, a Super Bowl, an NFC Championship game, where we were up and Kyle got conservative and it hurt us. So it's like he has to do his part too. But I'll say overall, if we clicking on all three cylinders, including Kyle, Jimmy, and our defense, yes, I'm definitely confident that we could go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Y'all have the Falcons this week, and I know you do your 3 keys to victory. Can you give us a sneak peek on one of those keys that you'll include in your video later on this week? What's one key? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
You definitely put me on the spot right now. You definitely put me on the spot right now.
What's one key that you'll say for sure? Maybe this week you'll have 4 keys because maybe you'll have 3 more keys by the end of the week. But what's one thing that you feel like y'all have to key in on against the Falcons, led by Marcus Mariota, that will get y'all a win and keep y'all on the winning train this week?
I feel like Bosa's not going to play, so we'll already be down.
Bosa has the groin injury.
Yeah, he has the groin injury.
Got it.
So I feel like they're probably going to sit him. Okay. I feel like we have to contain Marcus Mariota. I feel like he's going to be the person that we got to slow down because history shows we don't do good against mobile quarterbacks. I don't know what it is. They be really getting to us. And not to have our best pass rush out there, I feel like DeMeco Ryans has to put it to where we contain him, keep him in the pocket, and make him beat us with his arm. If we can get Mariota to do that, we should be in good graces if we can.
And especially with that secondary back there, just foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, foaming at the mouth. Yeah, we just need to.
Yeah, y'all gonna have y'all hands full with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah, Kyle Pitts will definitely.
So y'all definitely gonna have your hands full with Kyle Pitts because he's like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. All right, so look, we got one of Heavy's keys to victory for the 49ers. I don't know. He usually give 3. He might bless y'all with 4 because maybe he'll, saying when he studies some more film, I put him on the spot here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of on the fly. You did a good job on the fly here. So one other thing I like to do before I get you up out of here, I told you I wasn't gonna keep you longer than 30. I know you got a show coming up. So one thing I like to do, and this is just another aspect of the audience getting to know you, my listeners getting to know you a little better. This or that. Would you do this? Would you do that? Would you prefer this? Would you prefer that? I've decided I'm going to scratch the timer this year, and I'm going to bring it back next season. So still don't take like all day to like answer the question. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, boom. Are you ready?
I got you. I got to put my game face on.
All right. Pizza or tacos?
Mm, I'm at. I'm at to go pizza.
That
Even
was
though I
hard.
love shrimp tacos,
That was hard for you. Oh,
it
yeah.
was
Shrimp tacos. Got it. All right. Mountains or beach?
beach for sure. I ain't climb what? I ain't climbing up no mountains. Just like the Discovery Channel.
Whatever you like no, whatever you like, the snow, snowmobile, snowboard, and all that. No, you prefer the beach.
Oh well, no, snowmobiling is that. I'm thinking you mean like climbing mountains, being
Oh,
all
heck
adventurous
no.
and all that. No, but like snowmobiling and all that's cool. But I still like the beach because it's more calm. I like the water calms your soul. I like stuff like that.
All right, cool. Drake or Lil Wayne?
Ah.
I love when I stomp y'all. Drizzy or Weezy?
That's crazy. I mean, I gotta go with Lil Wayne. He's in my top 5 all time, so I gotta go with Lil Wayne. I have to. I have to.
Okay. All right, cool. Let me see. Mayweather or Tyson?
Now, see, I grew up watching Tyson.
Okay.
However, it's hard to ignore 50-0. It's hard to ignore that. I gotta go with Mayweather. He's never lost. It's hard to.
Undefeated. He's
He's
undefeated.
undefeated.
That's not a bad. I don't think you could have gone either way bad
Yeah,
with that answer. You couldn't have
yeah.
gone.
Because a lot of people debate to this day between him and Tyson. You know, so I'm not mad at it because
All
Tyson
right.
was elite at what he did.
Cool. One more.
Oh,
See if I
brother.
can make this. I'm gonna see if I can make this a doozy. Let me see. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I usually have these together, so this is kind of off the fly right here. All right. I got it right here. Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs?
I gotta go with Fruity Pebbles. Listen, I'm going Fruity Pebbles, and I'm gonna let y'all know that's a top 3 cereal.
Listen, I said that because me and Heavy have this cereal debate quite often. Mark is like sick of us in the cereal debate, in the chats and all of that. I know y'all are sick of seeing us tweeting about it. I should have said Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Fruity Pebbles. That's what I really should have said. It made you like,
you gonna try to box me in?
Yeah, I was gonna try to box you in. I should have did that, but I know that I've also seen you put Cocoa Puffs and like your top something. So I definitely wanted to like, try to trap you right there. But you go with Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles are trash, by the way, for those listening. Whoever is the maker of Fruity Pebbles, I love every other cereal you probably make. I don't know if that's like a General Mills thing or something like that. Like Fruity
every other cereal, you're not taking Apple Jacks over Fruity Pebbles.
I'm absolutely taking out. Come on, man.
Wow.
I love Apple Jacks. But I'm a cinnamon girl. I love cinnamon. So anything that's like cinnamony, I love anything that's cinnamony. So I love Apple Jacks for sure.
The disrespect, man.
Love Apple Jacks for sure.
I'm gonna hold it down for Fruity Pebbles out here, man. I'm gonna hold it down for him.
Man. This was dope as always. I talked to this man. Listen, those spaces go 3 to 4 hours at a time, y'all. So I'm constantly talking and brainstorming and creating ideas with Heavy, and of course with Mark all the time. So this is my guy. I know him pretty well, and it is just, as I say every night after the show, it is an honor to have you next to me as a co-host. You bring your own flavor, your own flair, your own personality. What you bring to Sports After Dark is literally it's timeless. It's priceless. It's not something that is easily replaceable. So I appreciate everything that you do on Sports After Dark. I appreciate you for taking the time to jump in this now. I got you out here right on time because I know you got a show coming up. So before we go, I need you to let everybody that's listening know where they can find you on social media.
Y'all could definitely find me on Twitter at YoungHeavy24. That's YOUNG Heavy24. Also, Instagram is the same handle. And before I get out of here, I have to give you your flowers. Y'all don't understand. This woman gave me opportunity to do something that I love and nobody else did. Like she's a great person. She's like a mentor to me. Like she teaches me a lot about sports media that I've never known it could be. You know what I mean? If it was never for her giving me the opportunity to do what I love, I could never imagine where I would be right now. So I truly appreciate you for accepting who I am as a person and allowing me to go on this journey with you with Sports After Dark. Like I will always be grateful for you, and definitely value what you bring to the table and what you have instilled in my life as well.
I appreciate that, Heavy. I truly appreciate that. And he gives me flowers on a regular, y'all. This is what he do. He's super. This what you see here is what you always get with Heavy. So I appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure that you guys download, subscribe. Oh my goodness. Look, this whole time, let me just do this real quick so y'all can see this. Right. So boom, at the bottom, subscribe to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you can find or listen to podcasts is where you'll be able to find this one here. Make sure that y'all are tapped in. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at @AshleyBaker_21, Facebook, Ashley Baker as well. Thank y'all again for tapping in. We are back same time, same place later this week with my girl. It's a surprise. I'm going to tell y'all later on, but I'm not telling y'all right now. But again, thank you, Heavy, for tapping in. Y'all know the vibes. See y'all next week.